Okay. Mic is on. See if we can hear. Yeah. I think I'm on. I'm on. How's that sounding? Okay. It looks okay? Okay. I wonder, can you hear anything? You think you can hear anything? It's noisy. Okay. Okay. We'll just see if we can hear anything. We're good? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Hi, welcome. We're probably going to start early if our team comes out. They've been beeping the horn to get them out of the locker room. I think we wanted our full hour of warm-up and preparation for the game. So Storm's not liking being rushed this morning. Here they come. Storm in dark today again. Taking the ice for our 5-minute warm-up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Send a message if it's okay, or reinstall the YouTube app. My media stand is vibrating when I put my stand down. Fireball again.
Looks like we have different reps today.
Is it better?
Yeah, looks like we have different reps.
Oh, yay. Does it look better? The Wi-Fi is a lot better. Yeah. And I think somebody said the mic's working, so hopefully they can hear. Do you want to talk? Does it sound okay? Test the microphone. Storm 14U versus Brookings Rangers. Okay. Okay. You can talk if you want. I don't mind it. It keeps me from getting like extreme anxiety. Wow. The podium's like, the music's vibrating through this thing and it's like shaking the phone. That's weird. I'll just hold it. Alright. Just over a minute left in warm-ups here. 14U Storm versus Brookings Rangers. the home team here in Brookings, South Dakota. The Rangers in the light jerseys and Storm in the dark jerseys again. Storm game yesterday, not in our favor as far as goals. We lost 2-1 against the Capitals. But it was a really tight game. I feel like the play was in their zone. Mostly we kept them in their zone and we outshot them 26-13-ish. But just didn't hit the back of the net and get the goals that we needed for the W. But we are looking to have a battle this morning against the Brookings Rangers. Anybody's game. Brookings won their first game, but too early to tell. There's 8 teams in the tournament this weekend. Technically a 15U tournament, but our entire 14-year roster RSVP'd to come, so we are fully staffed, rolling with the 14 years. First name for your matchup between our team, the Rangers, and Lakers. So let's play. All right. 3 15-minute periods, stop clock. Unless, of course, one team goes up by 7 goals. Game 2 of the Brookings Winter Classic. Anna and Music will take the drop. Ariel Gunther to her left, Zoe Ross to her right. Puck drop goes over to Zoe Ross on the far side boards. She sends it in. Rangers send it back out. Flip it over the defender and get by, but puck loose, comes out with Zoe Ross. She's going to pressure in, take a shot. Wide left. Gunther along the near side boards. Up to Chucky. Chucky sends it back to Gunther. Gunther must be stuck in a hole there along the board. She flips it up to Music. Music centering pass out to Ross. Ross backhand. Goalie drops down for the cover. All right. It's a good first tip there from the Storm. We're in the Ranger zone. Cunningham will take the drop. Bush has Remus out there. Porta and Smith back on D. Rangers send it along the far side boards, looking to get it out. Kept in by Porta at the point, but flipped out by the Rangers. Smith off to collect. Sends it back to neutral zone. Nice pass there from Bushhouse to Remus. Can't connect it. They follow it to the far side boards. Remus still there battling. Puck comes into the Storm zone. Porta picks it up around the back of the net. Kicks it off the far side boards to herself. They do manage to get it out. Comes across over to Remus. Remus in center ice. She's got 2 to get by. She gets by 1, but takes a detour, and her teammate goes offsides by just a step. We will swap out and have another line change. Brooklyn Wood taking a drop. She has Audrey Krusik and Jordan Petley with her. Chucky and Bruner back on D. Into central ice. Chucky looking to make a play. Puck got flipped up and out of play. We'll have another drop.
You're on the wrong side.
Switch. Oh, quick switch there of players. They were didn't have their morning coffee yet. Okay. Center ice, Krusik with some pressure to keep this in center ice. Rangers, though, still with it. They're going to pressure in. Puck kind of floating around. Nobody can maintain control of it. Comes down to Bruner. She's going to make her way through center ice. Tries to send it up to Petley, but gets lost in the feet. Brookings dump deep and go for a change. Storm remains out. Bruner collects, sends it up the near far side boards to Petley. Petley over to Krusek, just off of a skate. Can't quite snag it there. Rangers collect, enter the zone. Rangers still with it along the back of our net, looking to make a pass. She does. Center ice can't get the shot off. Another shot just over the top of the crossbar. Kept in at the point again by the Rangers, sent in. Back to the same player. Lots of opportunities there for takeaways, but just can't get the stick down on it. Brookings, number 2, in with a shot. The goal is being screened. Lots of pushing in front of the net, and I think it went in. Brookings on the board with 1. 11:55 left in the first. Lots of traffic in front. I didn't even see it go in, so it must have just bounced around. Got a couple of rebounds. Emily made some good saves there. All right, music. Takes the drop. Ross Gunther out there. Porta Smith back on D. Brookings enters the zone. Nice pass there from Smith up to Gunther. Brookings will have to reset through center ice. They do. They enter the zone again. Shot wide right along the near side boards here. Ariel Gunther is going to apply some pressure. Puck goes back to Porta, unable to get it on the boards. Still unable to get it out over these boards. Brookings very good at defending the boards here. Now Ross will try along the far side boards, and Smith and Ross finally do get it out into neutral ice, but Brookings is there to pick it up. Brookings cycles and dumps and goes for a change. There's 5-on-1 at the current moment. Porta picks it up, goes past the ref. She's going to keep the momentum going, loses the puck, picked up by Ross, and Ross jumps. And Storm will go for a change. Brookings now complete line change, enters in. Cunningham now out. Bushhouse Remus shot into the leg pads, but Emily closes them tight enough that it does not go into the goal. 10:20 left in the first. Brookings up 1-0 against Kansas City Storm 14-0. Kansas City in dark jerseys, Brookings in the white. Good block there from Remus to send that puck out in the neutral zone, and she stays with it, sends it in to the Brookings zone, but they're going to call offsides on that. I didn't see it.
I didn't see how that was off. The body was on the blue line.
I didn't see it. Also why I don't ref, ladies and gentlemen. So my hockey eye is not very music now out there. Remus and Bushhouse. Bruner and Chucky back on D. Brookings going to break out into center ice. Chucky there sends it back. Comes over to Bruner. She's going to try and enter the zone, but gets stick checked. Krusek now out, but it is Music that ends up with the puck. She gets around one. She's got up to the goal. She sends it over to Krusek. Can't get the shot off. Very nice pass there. Great teamwork by Krusek and Music. Say that 10 times fast. Brookings breaks back out. Storm's going to reset. Bruner over to Chucky. Chucky trying to make a pass here. She sends it to a Brookings player who tries to make her way through center ice. Our passes are just getting caught by skates and people. Oh, I guess that's hockey. All right, we're in the zone. Krusik takes a shot wide, or that was Petley, excuse me. Now with Wood along the near side boards. She gets pickpocketed and Rangers send it back. But it ends up again in the Rangers zone. Rangers trying to break out along the far side boards. Good keep there by Brooklyn Wood, but the Rangers turn and send it back. Wood dumps it deep, goes for a change. Ross and Petley out and applying pressure for the forecheck, trying to get control back on the puck. Nice pass through center ice for the Rangers. Porta there to break up the play, send the puck along the back of the Storm net. Cunningham along the far side boards now. Trying to get it out, she does, up to Ross. Ross unable to collect the puck, picked up by Rangers and brought back in by number 24, who gets a shot off, saved from Emily Austin. And Ariel over to Ross, nice pass, Ross up to Cunningham. Cunningham's off to the races, she's got one to get by. Rangers get it. Ooh, good keep there by Smith at the point, sends it back in, Gunther's there. But the Rangers are going to get it out, so I'm just going to have to reset or play defense because number 19 is coming in. She's going to go around the back of the net, lost the puck. Cunningham tries the outlet pass, it goes straight to the Rangers, back along the back net again. It goes, Chucky's back there. Oh, Ranger player flipped it up, it hit the net, so out of play. We'll have a change and a new drop. 7:14 left in the first. Rangers up 1-0. Emily is going to, looks like she's fixing her leg pad. Quick break here, hopefully she can get that situated. Music will take the drop. Bushhouse and Ramos out. Bruner Chucky back on D. Puck drop in favor of the Rangers. Now with Bushhouse along the near side boards. She pressures through center ice. Music kicks it over to Ramos. Ramos goes in along the far side, push towards the board. She sends it back to Bruner. Bruner sends it back to Ramos. Hard. Rangers miss it a couple times, but do manage to get that back out. Bruner with an excellent back check and takes the puck right away from her, sends it over to Ramos. Ramos kicks it back. In neutral ice we go again. Bruner unable to get through center ice. It's now with Chucky. Chucky sends it to a Rangers player. A couple collisions at the blue line. And Rangers knock it back out over to Chucky. Chucky dumps. Picked up by Rangers. Rangers through center ice. Unable to get past Bruner, but do manage to keep it in the Storm zone. Now along the near side boards, Bushhouse flips it back out. Rangers left to reset. In the meantime, Chucky at the point is going to send it out. Need to maintain possession here. Petley with it along the near side board, loses it, and puck flips up and out of play. 5:31 left in the first. Rangers up 1-0. Music vibrating. Alright, Brooklyn Wood will take the drop. Krusik and Petley out. There, Porta and Smith back on D. Along the far side boards. Now Krusik sends it around the boards to Porta. Porta sends it back to Krusik, who is checked by a player. Puck slips by. Now along the far side boards, Smith there to try to keep it in. Hetley pass into Wood. Wood unable to get a shot off. Back to Wood. Still can't get a shot off. Lots of traffic in front. Brookings very good at tying it up. 24 is going to get a breakaway here. Smith is in pursuit, and she does get a shot off and a goal up over Emily's left shoulder. All right, 4:50 left in the first. Still lots of game left. Cunningham will take the drop. Gunther and Ross out there. Ross along the far side boards trying to get through. Unable to get by. Rangers enter the storm zone. Shot deflected now along the near side boards. Gunther there. Gunther couldn't get the backhand pass off. Rangers send it over. Bruner intercepts, sends it into neutral zone. Okay, ends up with Ross, sends it up to Cunningham, but caught by Rangers. Ross sumps it in deep, off the wall to the goalie. Goalie decides to get the cover of the whistle. Raymond and Bushhouse out. Raymond sends it back to Bruner at the point. Bruner sends it down deep. Music and Bushhouse centering pass kicked away by the Rangers defense. Unable to keep it in the zone. We are back to neutral zone. Bushhouse has it. She's got two to get by. She gets around. Centering pass over to Music off of her skate. Unable to connect. Chucky sends it, tries to send it in. It flips up and over a Rangers player, and they capitalize on that and enter the zone. Great stick poke there, but Rangers still with it. We're going to have a penalty of some sort. I am not sure. Oh! What was that? I didn't even see it. Hooking? Hooking? All right, hooking on Ramus. I wasn't even looking at that. So we'll be on a penalty kill for the next minute 30. Florida, Bushhouse, Music, and Smith out. Hard shot. Bounces off the backboards right in front of Emily, but no Brookings player there to send that in, thank goodness. And Brookings still with it along the back of the net. They send it out. Picked up by Porta and kicked back out. Brookings will have to reset.
There you go. Good job.
Storm sends it down. Not quite going to ice, so they can get a change here. Gunther now out. We swapped out one. Gunther out. Music applying some pressure here to buy some time. Gunther off of her skate buys a couple more seconds. And Brookings finally able to get that into the zone. Goes back along the back of the net. Porta might have met her nemesis here. Somebody pushed her up against the board. Shot up into Emily's belly as she was standing, and she got caught a hold of that and held on. So no rebound, no goal. 14 seconds left in the penalty kill. All right, good. We got to swap out. Ross will take the drop. She kicks it forward and almost collects it, but sent back in by the Rangers. Chucky now on the near side boards with Gunther. And Ross and Bruner hanging back for the penalty kill, and penalty is now over. Storm on full strength, and we've got a small breakaway here. Ross tries to take a shot just north of the blue line, gets deflected. Player takes out one of our Storm players and enters the zone, but great pressure there from Bruner. She herself is pushing on this giant player, number 28. The Rangers, a big girl. Ross stays with it in neutral zone. We're going to get another penalty, I'm assuming, on the Rangers this time for, what's that? Checking? Holding? Interference. Okay. All right. The tides have changed, and there will be an interference call on the Rangers. Storm will be on a power play. For the remainder of this period, 1:12 left. Penalty, of course, 1:30. Wood will take the drop. Petley and Krusik out. Porta and Bruner out on D. Like we got our lines switched up. Back to Porta at the point. She is going to try to make a pass. Deflects off over to Bruner. Bruner sends it back to Porta. Porta dumps it into Krusik. 58 seconds. Krusik takes a shot. Huge rebound, but nobody there to capitalize. Brookings picks it up. Tries to get up the far side boards. Over to Bruner. Bruner sends it in. Petley there, and can't get her stick on it. The Rangers send it all the way down. No icing. Porta's going to collect. Go around the net. Tries to get it up. Long pass over to Krusik. Krusik sends it in the zone. 30 seconds left. Wood there to apply some pressure. It's going to come up to Bruner at the far side point. She sends it back in deep. Krusik's going to be there, and Petley. They send it back to Porta. Porta loads up a slapper off of Petley's ankle.
Skid right into it.
Darn. I hope that's not a piece of her stick that's laying on the ice right there. That would be bad. And that'll be the end of the period. I don't know what that is. Is that a piece of her stick? Oh, geez, I don't know what that is. The mystery. It's probably a piece of her stick. I don't. That's great. If Santa's listening, Lexi. Oh, it's a shin pad? Oh. Off of, okay. Okay. If Santa's listening, Lexi might need a new stick, or Jordan Petley needs some new shin pads. So, that'll be the end of the first period, and guess what? They're going to cut the ice, so we're going to have a very long break here. I'm going to mute. Again, Brookings Rangers up 2 in the first, 2-0. So we will see. There will be a small power play when we come back. Give me about 15 minutes. Go grab some popcorn if you're into morning popcorn, or coffee. We'll be back. We're back. Ready to start the second period. They cut the ice every 2 periods on a rotating schedule here. So we got the game where they cut the ice after the first period. Glad they have music. I do not own the rights at YouTube. Watching. Storm taking the ice for the second period. Storm in our nice, fabulous black jerseys. Playing the Brookings Rangers, the home team here in Brookings, South Dakota, at the Larson Ice Arena. 2 sheets of ice here. We're on the bigger one that has a full stadium-like feel. Not quite a full warm-up after the ice cut. 55 seconds left. We'll have a quick meeting. Thanks again, as always, to our coaches. Head coach Pauline Mandel. She is assisted by Coach Smith today and Coach Music. Thank you to our coaches and volunteers and parents and locker room monitors, photographers. We couldn't do it without you. And I'm sure your favorite Storm player, thanks to you. Alright, Emily Austin taking her position in net. Alright. Cunningham will take the job. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I haven't had any complaints yet, so hopefully no news is good news. Not sure what we're waiting on. Another. Oh, yes, there will be 18 seconds in the power play for the Storm. Cunningham tied up at the drop, kicks it over to Gunther. Gunther sends it up to Ross, waiting patiently. Ross drives in, kicks it to herself. She picks it up along the backside of the boards. Gets poke checked. Rangers take it away. Gunther sends it back in. Rangers pick it up along the back of the net. They're going to ice right as their player comes out of the box. Everyone
It's icing! They're back to full screen!
Porta sends it up the near side boards, or tries to.
I thought she was on down.
And Rookie Rangers send it back in. Porta along the back of the net takes a U-turn. Got a couple players around her. She kicks it over to Cunningham. Cunningham up to Gunther. Gunther's gonna send it over to Cunningham. Cunningham pass over to Ross on the right side. Ross along the near side boards, centering past Cunningham's skate. And Brookings collects Bruner and Chucky now out on D. Good block there on the pass for Bruner to send it up the near side boards. Petley there, trying to get it out. Brookings sends it deep. Chucky, nice cross ice pass over to Krusek. Krusek enters the zone and dumps. Music there with some pressure. Petley now on the near side boards. Loses it to Brookings. Outlet pass blocked by Krusek. Good D there by Chucky, break up that play. Brookings still with it, number 24 who scored the breakaway goal. Looking still with it, making a couple U-turns, looking to set up a pass. We need to tie up the front here. She sends it to the front, unable to get the shot off. Second shot is gloved by Emily for the whistle. We'll have a line change. 13:02 left in the second. Score remains from the first period, 2-0 in favor of Brookings Rangers. Wood will take the drop. She has Lishas to her left, Remus to her right, Porta and Smith back on D. Goes to the back of the net with Smith. She's going to send it up the near side boards. Remus is there. See if she can get it. She's tied up by a couple of players. Comes up to Brookings, who fans on the shot. Back to Brookings, number 28 along the back of the net. Smith with some pressure there, though. Now Wood with some pressure back to Smith. Smith up the board to Remus. still kept in. Puck sent across ice. Bush House over there along the far side board. She kicks it into neutral zone. Remus is off to the races. 2 Brookings players ahead of her. She is able to tie up the puck in the back of the net. Sends it along the far side boards. Brookings able to break out. Porta there to tie up the player, but puck goes back to Brookings. Player on top of the puck, picked up by Smith. Smith up to Wood. Wood's got a couple things here. She tries to send a back pass to Remus. Remus backhands it in. And we're going to be offsides. It's a delayed offsides here, so no whistle and stop of play. Huge collision there and a bump. Still in neutral ice. Brookings collects, tries to set something up. They're going to cycle the puck. Still with it. Brookings along the near side boards. Up to Ross. Ross flips it up and over to herself, and she's off to the races. She collects, drives into the zone, loses the puck, ends up with Cunningham kind of along the back of the Rangers net. She tries to send a centering pass out and in, and rebound. Not able to capitalize on that. Great opportunity there. Greener up at the point, sends it down deep. Ross there along the back of the net. She's got Gunther out in front. She chases along the near side boards now. Gunther there back to Ross. And Brookings gets it out. Storm's going to have to tag up. They do, and they're going to chase now. Brookings collects along the back of the net, looking to skate this one out, I guess. They do. Number 2 takes a shot just south of the blue line. Emily gets the glove down on that one for the whistle. We will reset. Still Rangers up 2-0. Second period, 10:22 left in the second. Music will take the drop. Krusik and Petley out there. Chucky applying pressure along the boards here now. Centering pass from Brookings unsuccessful. Puck along the back of the net now. Brookings still with it. Takes a shot. Goes off of the skate. Now along the near side board. Krusik there with Music. Comes out. Music over to Petley. Can't connect. Brookings sends it out. Brookings player wipes out there. Not sure from what. Porta now out on D with Smith. She's going to go along the back of the net, try to break out up the far side boards. Shot sent in, intercepted by Smith, sent up to Krusik. Nope, back to Smith. Can't kind of. We need some connections to happen here. It's okay, we'll try again. Porta up the near side boards, flips it up. Brookings off of a skate. But not sure. Offside? I guess that was offside. Not on this one. We'll take a drop. Brooklyn, Wood, Remus, and Bush House. Pressures in, kind of. Over to Wood. Wood's shot gets banned on, kind of. Goes wide right of the goal. Now along the near side board. Brookings breaks out. Back check there by Chucky to gain entry into the zone. Brookings sends it back out. Bruner to Bush House. Bush House sends it in. Ends up with Remus. Remus up to Wood. Can't quite connect. It's sent back out by Brookings. Bruner sends it in. Wood dumps it deep and off to the races. Wood first to get there. She gets checked along the boards there. Brookings flips it over the Storm defender. Comes back out to Bruner. Bruner cycles, dumps. picked up by Brookings again along the back of their net. Remus, great pressure there to keep that puck from getting too far through the neutral zone. Storm dumps and goes for a change. Ariel Gunther chasing. Cunningham now out to intercept that puck, keep it from going out. Bruner dumps it deep. Cunningham chasing. Gunther still along the near side board. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham shot. Oh, just got through traffic to the goalie, but didn't go in the net. Back up to Bruner at the point. Bruner sends it in. Cunningham there. Cunningham turns and shoots. Blocked. Bruner again sends it in. And Rangers are going to break out. Porta back. Forcing Rangers to dump. They're going to go for a change. Porta's going to pick up. She's got some speed. She's going to go through center ice. She's got 2 to get by, but she got some room here. She does get off. Shot. Rebound. Shot again. Save. And we're going to get a tripping call. Probably. Looking call on Porta. Darn.
Hook. It looked like a trip to me, not a hook.
Yeah. They're going to call a hook on Porta, but trip. Whatever. We're going to call a timeout. Brookings. 1 minute timeout. Rangers up 2-0. 6:42 left in the second, and Storm will be on a penalty kill. Storm will be on a penalty kill. Music taking the drop. She has Kusick, Bruner, and Smith back on D. Smith.
There you go. Good job.
We win the face-off and not quite ice the puck. The Rangers goalie stops it. Rangers pass intercepted by Smith. Good read there and good backtrack by Kusick to get back there to cover that. Bruner now applying some pressure. Rangers send it up to the point. Shot from the point deflected towards the far side boards. Kusick there. She can't get her stick down. We do get it out into neutral ice, but she can't get her stick down to get the breakaway. Oh, no icing on penalty kills from the peanut gallery. Hey, well, the goalie touched it anyway, so it didn't count. Oh, number 24. This girl's a big girl. She ends up with the puck after several attempts to hard shot on Emily's stick side. Brookings able to capitalize on that penalty there. 3-0 Brookings. 5:42 left in the second.
One more. One more.
They scored, so we are back to full strength. Wood will take the drop. Bush has and Remus out. Porta and Chucky on D. Drop goes into the Rangers zone, but Rangers quick to break out through center ice here. Rangers dump. Porta first to get there along the back of the net. Met with two Rangers players. She's unable to get control of the puck. The net falls off, so we're going to blow the whistle to fix the net. We'll swap out our one defender, get back to our normal line. Smith in, and with Porta up to Remus, hard pass, not able to catch it.
There you go.
Brookings, D-to-D pass, not quite connected. We remain in the Brookings zone. Kept in at the point by Smith. Smith's going to take a shot in. Nobody there to tap that in wide right. Up the near side boards to Porta. Porta unable to keep it in. We're going to have to tag up. Delayed offsides. Brookings going to take this. Shot just south of the blue line there. Emily gets the glove down now for the whistle. We're going to swap out personnel. 4:35 left in the second. Storm down 3-0 against the Brookings Rangers home team. Cunningham will take the draw. Ross and Gunther with her. Chucky and Bruner back out on D. Ross, great pressure to try and get this puck, but just sticks to the ice there in the neutral zone.
He's offside.
Bruner along the far side boards up to Gunther. Gunther over to Cunningham. Great play there as the center drop pass to Ross. Ross sends it in. And goalie lets it rebound, but Cunningham went to the other side. Brookings sends it along the back of the net. Up the near side boards. Outlet pass not successful over to Gunther. Gunther is trying to get control back of this puck. Puck comes out to neutral zone. Now in the Storm defensive zone. Bruner along the back of the net up the near side boards. Unable to get it out, but we finally do pass up to Cunningham. Cunningham does get it out. Brookings is going to have to tag up, but they're already all on sides anyway. Great poke check there from Bruner to get that away. Bruner is going to dump. Krusek now out off to the races. She ties up the puck. Brookings player takes it. Music now out. And Petley. Outlet pass by the Rangers, missed by everybody, and goes all the way down to icing. 2:38 left in the second. Storm down 3-0 against the Brookings Rangers. 14-0. Or sorry, I guess it's technically 15-0. Tournament, so they might have pulled some players. But they have. Okay, Music collects, she turns, sends it to Krusek with a backhand, but the goalie drops, so. Music, Petley to her right, Krusek to her left. Porta right D, Smith left D. Porta quick to send that in, kicked back to the far side boards. Rangers outlet pass intercepted by Smith, sent up to Krusek. Krusek's going to drive in. Shot deflected off his skate now to the back of the net. Rangers kick it around to the near side boards. Porta pinches down, dumps in deep. Krusek there. She's got Music coming in to help. Pass out to Petley in front, can't connect. Kept in by Smith at the point, dumps it back deep. Rangers now along the back of their net. Trying to come up the near side boards. Can't connect. Kept in by Rangers. They turn and shoot. Intercepted by Florida. Kicked to the far side boards. Near side boards, excuse me.
Wow. Shook her down.
Still trying to get it out. It does get out. Rangers are going to have to tag up. They collect, cycle it. Comes over to Porta. Can't settle it on her stick. It gets knocked away. Smith sends it back. Presek dumps. Bush House now out. Puck knocked back into neutral zone. Remus with some pressure. And Brookings is going to dump. Porta to collect along the back of the net. She's got a player on each side of her. She sends it up the near side boards to Remus. Remus can't quite get there. Gets by her. Back to the back of the net with Porta. Porta up the far side boards to Bush House. Bush House is going to skate this one. And she gets poke checked at the blue line. Brookings picked it up. Poke check from Porta to break up that drive. Centering pass off of a skate. Centering pass again. A couple players down in front. And that'll be the end of the second period. Brookings scored 1 in the second period to make the score 3-0. I'll mute here for a second. Stay with us. Alright, I hope the coffee or the Alonis have set in. We've got 3-goal deficit going into the third period here at the Larson Ice Arena in Brookings, South Dakota, playing the home team, the Brookings Rangers. 15-year tournament here, Winter Classic. Puck drop goes to Brookings. Cunningham out there, Gunther, Ross, Bruner, and Chucky back on D. Ooh! Almost had a lucky breakaway there, but Ross is going the other way. But she does get it back in. Puck goes up and back out to neutral zone. Storm's going to have to tag up. They do. Chucky with it on the near side boards in the meantime. Bruner along the back of the net, up the far side boards to Ross. Ross. Decent outlet pass, nobody there to connect. It goes all the way down to Brookings zone. Kept in by Ross and then Bruner. But picked up by Brookings. They break out, coming in along the near side boards, number 24. back along the back, centering pass and a shot. Glove saved by Emily. She dropped it though. The rebound did not go in. All right. Unsuccessful pass by the Rangers comes to Krusik. Krusik's going to jump and chase. Storm's going to go for a change. Ross applying pressure along the back of the net. She's got Music out in front and Krusik. Porta back out on D now with Smith. Centering pass just past Krusik's stick. Brookings going to send it across ice to Music. Music sends it back to the center. Smith pinches down to keep that in, but it's Brookings that's going to send it down the length of the ice for icing. 13:02 left in the third. Storm down 3-0 against the Brookings Rangers, but hey, a lot can happen in 13 minutes. Hopefully we still have some legs here, ladies. Music will take the drop. Krusik to her left, Cutley to her right. Porta Smith back on D. Puck comes back over to the corner of Porta. Porta dumps back in. Brookings intercepts and sends cross ice pass. Smith up to Krusik. Krusik gains his zone, gets a shot. Field goal is good. Just she's trying to go bar down. Good idea though on this goalie. But up and over the top, no goal. Krusik now along the back. She sends it the other way. Cutley there with Porta not able to keep it, but does tie up the player, so Smith comes over, dumps it in. Brookings now with it, cycling. Krusik intercepts, keeps it in, picked up by Cutley, can't get a shot off. And it's sent along the back of the Brookings net. Wood there. Bruner now out on D. Porta remains. Puck's going to go into the Storm zone behind the net. Porta picks it up. She's got a little bit of room. Brookings is making a change. She goes through center ice. Right by a couple people. She's got two to get by. She makes a nice pass out to the center, but nobody there. And she's going to go for a change. Bruner cycles, dumps. Ramus out with Wood and Bushhouse. Chucky back out on D with Bruner. Centering pass. Just past Bushhouse. Chucky backhand pass over to Bushhouse. Bushhouse is going to skate this in. If she can get control of it, she's going to send it over to Brooklyn. She does, gets past her. Brooklyn sends it back to center ice. Rejected and sent towards the far side boards. Picked up by Brookings. Brookings dumps and chases Smith first to get there. Sends it back to Bushhouse. Brookings going for a change. We might have an opportunity here. Pass just past the stick of Brooklyn Wood, and that's going to sneak down there for icing. Almost a breakaway opportunity there for the Storm. Right idea. 10:34 left in the third. Cunningham will take the job. Ross and Gunther out there with our Porta. Smith back on D. Shot goes wide right back behind the goal to the far side boards. Brookings still with it. Making nice passes. Centering pass. Shot blocked by Porta. Now along the near side boards. Cunningham there. Oh, almost got that one out, but puck goes back towards Emily. She drops down for the whistle and a reset. No changes for either team. Cunningham will take the drop again. She's going to send it towards the blue line. Brookings is going to send it cross ice. Picked up by Ariel on the Near side boards. As she gets tripped up, she flips it all the way up and over. Ross collects. Shot blocked. Cunningham chips it back towards center. Aerial backhand intercepted by Brookings and skated out. Brookings, number 86, looking to get through this defense. She gets pushed around, makes a pass to our friend number 24. Florida tried to poke check that one and fell down. That's a big girl. She's pretty solid. Back to number 24. She's going to enter, and Bruner is now out with Chucky on D. Bruner is going to chase her around the back of the net. She's going to makes a pass up to the point. Point sends it back in. Bruner there pins a player up along the boards. Centering pass intercepted by Chucky. Ooh, Ross up to Krusek, just tipped off her stick. That was a tip. I wouldn't have called that an icing, but guess I'm not a ref. Didn't she tip it?
Yeah.
That shouldn't count, right? Okay. Apparently I saw that one and the ref didn't. They called it icing. We're back in the storm. Defensive zone. Music now to take the drop. Krusek and Petley out there. Bruner, Chucky on D. Bruner battling along the back with number 28, another well-sized girl, but comes out with Bruner. Pass deflected off a skate, but picked up by Music. Good read there to go through center ice. She sends it up to Krusek. Can't gain control of the puck, but applying some pressure. Back to neutral zone. Storm's going to tag up as Bruner is going to drive in along the near side boards. She's going to try to make a centering pass deflected. Now along the far side boards, Petley centering pass completely across the ice. Missed everybody. Music tried another centering pass intercepted. Back to Music. Music shot. Not as much on it as she would have liked, but goalie dropped down for the save on the whistle. We'll have a line change. 8 minutes left in the third period. Storm down, 3-0. Brookings playing for home team. Brooklyn Wood wins that one, sends it cross ice, but picked up by Brookings. They're going to skate this in. Porta forces the dump. Along the back of the net. Brooklyn Wood there. She gets it for a second, but passes it to her Rangers. Rangers send it in. Emily, nice save there, and a rebound save again. Huge save there. I don't know if she saw that. I feel like that might have been a screen, but she got over and snagged it. Wood will take the drop. Bushhouse out with Ramos. Porta and Smith on D. Neutral, back to neutral ice. Brookings have to reset. They cycle. Puck knocked away by Smith. Kicked up by Ramos, but can't maintain control here. Storm needs to control it. 19 driving in. Smith broke up that play. Porta picks it up. Porta's got Bushhouse in front of her, and she's just gonna go. She makes a nice centering pass to Ramos. Ramos can't get a stick or a shot off on that. Oh, nice centering pass again, and goalie's gonna glove that one. Bushhouse right in front, good positioning. Flips right into the glove of the goalie. We'll have a little personnel change up. Need some new words. If anybody has any hockey words for me to try and use, let me know. Cunningham will take the drop. Ross and Gunther out. Puck sent straight out. Split the Storm defenders. Gets all the way into the zone. Riley first to get there. Sends it up to Gunther along the far side boards. Pinned up by, guess what, number 24, but they are offsides. We'll swap out our forwards here. Brooklyn Wood will take the drop. Cunningham now playing winger. Ross out there as well. Chucky up to Ross. Ross unable to get through the defender there at the point. She's going to try again. Nice cross-ice pass. Cunningham's wide open here because she can't gain control of the puck. Puck over to Wood. Wood loses it. Goes to Ross along the near sideboards. Ross up to Cunningham. Chucky's back in defense. Winner as well back there on the right side. Brooklyn Wood battling in front, but no good when it comes out with 24. He's going to drive in. Poke check play broken up by Bruner, but centering pass not connected. Gets all the way back over to Ross. Ross, same pass again back to Cunningham. Cunningham tries to get it over to Wood, but we're going to be offside. We're going to tag up. Hopefully, Brookings can't capitalize on that. They do dump it deep. Brookings goes for a change. Chucky up to Cunningham. Not successful. Brookings is gonna just skate this. Great poke check from Ross. Ross picks it up. She's gonna have an opportunity over a shot and goes right into the goalie's belly as a couple Brookings players trip up behind her. They were going hard trying to catch her. No goal. 5:15 left in the third. Great opportunity there from the Storm. That's why we just need more of those. Music will take the drop. She sends it over to Petley. And Krusek up there. Porta not able to keep it in, but we are tagged up, so we send it back in. Ramus with some great pressure along the far sideboard. Up to Smith. Smith tries to send it in off of her own player. Picked up by Music and kept in again by Smith at the point over to Music. Just can't get a pass through these players for some reason. They're just in the way. And Rangers are going to ice the puck. 4:36 left in the third. Cunningham and Ross out. Wood will take the drop this time. Bruner and Bushhouse now back on deep. She sends it over to Ross. Ross applying some pressure. Brookings going to dump all the way along to the far side boards. Bushhouse with the keep sends it back in. Cunningham there. Cunningham tries to get it over to Wood. Wood gets pushed and takes a tumble. Kind of slow to get up, but she is okay. Comes out in front. Cunningham loads up a clapper, but hands on it. And after a couple of physical plays there, Brookings is going to enter the zone. Bushhouse in D off the back of the side of the net, along the back of the net now. Wood knocks that away. Bushhouse along the far side board. Brookings player just tying it up with her skate. Comes out. Back to Brookings. We're going to send it in. Try this again. Ugh, just off of skates. And all right, pass intercepted by Bruner. Sent over to Ross, who's on the near side boards, and she gets pinned up by a couple players. Comes over to Bruner. She's going to try and get this through center ice.
Go.
She gets it away.
Say hi,
over
Evelyn.
to Ross. Over to Evelyn. Evelyn chips it back to Bruner. Bruner back to Ramus. Back up to Bruner at the point. She sends a bounce pass to Ramus. Ramus centering pass. Intercepted, and Brookings is going to break out. 2:37 left in the third. Chucky along the back of the net up to Krusek. Krusek turns and Pass to Ramus, not successful, but picked up by Music. Music's going to enter the zone along the far side boards. Ramus there battling as well. Fall on top of it. Music and Ramus still battling. A little bit of pushing here. They're kind of tired of this. Music shot block goes back behind the net. Pass there through center ice, missed by everyone. Icing against the Rangers. 1:55 left in the game. We will swap out our lines. Emily's still having some issues over there with her leg pad. Hopefully they give her a second to fix that. She's still fixing it, but hopefully we can keep it going in here. Porta over to Gunther. Gunther tied up. Brookings gonna get a breakaway. Guess what? Number 24. Shot and a save, and Brookings goes into the net, but the puck does not. Great job, Emily. Huge save there. Player goes right to the back of the net, but the puck clearly did not. So that number 24 is a good player. So that was a huge save there for Emily. Still fixing her. Nope, she's good. 1:36 left in the game. Brooklyn would take the drop. Got Gunther, Petley, Porta, and Smith. 24 again. Play broken up there by a storm. Picked up by Petley. Petley sends it forward to a Ranger. Minute 20 left. Gunther, great pressure along the near side boards here. Back to 24. Nice move there to get by in defense, and then collides in the front. Porta is not having this. She's tying up the player, but ends up with Brookings again. Brookings over to player. Shot. Leg pad save. Backhand. Saved, pushed away by Em's glove. Lexi just tied up here while Smith picks it up. She's got Petley. We're driving in. Everybody's going for a team. She sends a pass over to Petley. Petley shot. Blocked in front by Rangers defender. 31 seconds left. Music. There was some pressure. Ross now out. Looking to find where the puck went. Comes over to Cunningham. Cunningham can't enter the zone. 12 seconds left. Oh. Brookings is going to now enter the zone. We're going to go around the storm. Centering pass deflected in by Greener, and that'll be the end of the game. Brookings Rangers came out on top in this one, 3-0 against Kansas City Storm. Hard-fought battle. We will recoup, rest, get some energy, and see you back here at 3:45 maybe? I can't remember, but around then. So thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of your morning, guys.